I would actually use that sound effect if I didn't think it would get copyrighted. If you guys didn't know what that was the PlayStation original intro. You know what I'm saying? When they turned the ass and did the little thing.
The
OGs. All right, guys. If you didn't know already, I'm Just Dorsey TV. That's TV Staci. And we check out videos on YouTube with you.
Yes,
all
we
right?
do.
And we call you the Good Time Krew.
The Good Time Krew. What is up? Welcome back.
Good Time Krew. We're going to look at 21 things in the U.S. that puzzle most foreigners. So, as people that live in the United States, we know of things that could puzzle people.
Yeah.
I think it's the way we pronounce certain words. And
the fact that we drive on the right side of the road instead of the left side.
Yes.
But there's probably plenty of more.
So let's check them out together.
I like all the light bulbs.
Well, you may have lived in the United States your whole life without realizing that something totally normal for you seems bizarre to people from other parts of the world. Who knew that munching on fried pickles in a highly air-conditioned room was so outlandish? Well, here are some other highly entertaining Americanisms I've gathered. Let's count it down from number 21. Sales tax is a guessing game. When you go shopping in the U.S. and see a price tag that says $14.88, don't expect to pay $14.88 at the register. Sales tax is not included in the price of an item. And since this tax can vary from state to state, figuring out your total can turn into the ultimate mental math challenge.
It always is.
In many European countries, the sales tax is already included in the price. It's known as a value-added tax, or VAT. Number 20. We're total workaholics.
Yep.
A lot of Americans don't feel the need to take long vacations, so they often let vacation and sick hours pile up without ever using them. Plus, most employers only give you 2 weeks out of the year. But in a lot of other countries, like Brazil or Finland, workers are encouraged to take an average of 30 days of vacay.
A year?
Maybe I should take some time off, or perhaps I'll just keep waiting. 19. It's not a party without red Solo cups. In the States, this red plastic cup is synonymous with party on, dude.
Yeah.
But other countries apparently don't recognize this cup to mean the same thing. People in the UK, for example, don't use red Solo cups at get-togethers. They have to go to a special website to purchase the cups for American-themed parties. Who knew? Number 18. Deep-fried everything.
I knew that was
Whether it's fried pickles or even fried Oreos, America has it all. Fried fish recipes first appeared in Spanish and Portuguese cookbooks as far back as the 1200s, and the Greeks were frying food in olive oil way back in the 5th century BCE. But as America does with many things, they've adopted a tradition from far-off lands and took it up a notch, or 5. 17. Get everything you need right at the pharmacy. If you're not from the U.S., it may be puzzling to walk into a pharmacy and see aisles and aisles of over-the-counter meds, toys, makeup, clothes, and even groceries. Unlike in other countries where pharmacies sell medicine and medical supplies exclusively, the ones in the U.S. are like small convenience stores where you can grab magazines, Tylenol, and a frozen pizza in one fell swoop. 16. Fill her up. In America, if a restaurant doesn't offer free refills on fountain drinks, it's kind of strange. But in other countries, once you buy one beverage, that's it. France banned refills on sugary sodas back in 2017 in order to combat the current obesity epidemic. But in the U.S., the idea of free refills is still alive and well. 15. If you don't like it, return it. Whether it's an ugly sweater from grandma or a heinous pair of earrings from an ex, if you don't like it, you can just return it. In America, making returns at stores is pretty normal and super easy. I mean, the U.S. even has a National Returns Day in January, conveniently held for you to return holiday gifts you weren't too thrilled about. 14. Tips for everyone. Cab drivers, servers, hairdressers, you gotta tip them. Tips are acceptable for almost any service in the U.S. and sometimes consist of 25% of the bill. We haven't started tipping surgeons yet. But there are places in other parts of the world, such as Japan, that consider tipping incredibly rude, like in restaurants.
Really?
When you travel to different countries, it's important to learn their tipping etiquette so that you don't offend anyone. 13. I'll take my coffee to go. With a Starbucks on every corner, it's very normal to see people toting around a coffee as they shop, commute to work, and whatever else at all times of the day.
And enjoy it.
But in many parts of the world, coffee is meant to be sipped on while seated and enjoying the paper or chatting with friends.
Yeah.
Tugging your coffee along with you throughout the day might be due to the fact that the cups are huge and take longer to drink.
Right.
Who's got that kind of time to be sitting in a cafe for hours?
Sounds
like fun to me. Number 12. The land of ice-cold drinks. Now, speaking of drinks, if it's not a hot coffee or cocoa, then it's probably got ice in it. Tea, coffee, lemonade, soda, water. Americans like it on the rocks. If you go elsewhere in the world, odds are you'll be sipping your soda at room temperature, or maybe slightly refrigerated if you don't specifically ask for ice. Number 11. Keeping the AC on at all times. Americans must have an aversion to being hot. In many parts of Europe, people simply don't use air conditioning as much as they do in the States. Here, it's expected to always have the AC blaring, and a lot of visitors find it pretty strange and quite chilly. But come on, it makes sense. If you're cold, you can layer up. If you're hot, all you can do is suffer and complain about it.
That's so weird.
Number 10. Looking at dollars is a snooze fest. I remember going to Europe for the first time and thinking their banknotes look like Monopoly money. And I guess a lot of countries have bills of different colors and sizes depending on the value, like Swedish krona and Russian rubles. But not in the US. It's all greenbacks, baby. Sure, tens look a little yellowy, 50s are kind of pinkish, and Benjamins seem bluer than the others. But still, US dollars definitely aren't as fun and rainbowy as other currencies.
No, that's definitely not. I never
Number 9. Giving a thumbs up. In America, even little kids know a thumbs up means good job, way to go, or anything positive like that. But if you travel to Greece or the Middle East and give this common American gesture, you probably won't make too many friends. Hey, how about giving this video a thumbs up for the useful tip? Number 8.
Smart.
The date writing conundrum. So many visitors to the U.S. get really confused by the month, day, year thing. Because most parts of the world write the day, then the month, then finally the year. There's no clear historical reason why the U.S. insists on writing the day differently, but we just do. Number 7. Pre-baby baby showers. Many cultures celebrate a new baby coming into the world, but America is one of the few places that does this before the baby actually gets here. In East Asian countries, for instance, celebrations for a new baby are held once the baby is born, as doing otherwise is seen as bad luck. Number 6, where "how are you" means hello. Sure, people ask each other how they're doing in other countries, but Americans often use this phrase as a replacement for hey or hello. It doesn't even require a real response. People just answer with fine thanks, even if they're in a horrible mood or had a terrible day. Number 5, bathroom stalls that aren't so private. Don't like doing your business in front of complete strangers? Americans don't either, of course. But the fact that bathroom stall doors often reveal as much as your entire lower leg seems to say otherwise. There's no clear reason as to why there's this big gap in public bathroom stalls here, but many guess it's for safety reasons or ventilation. Just saying. Number 4. No one uses their inside voice. A lot of my friends who are visiting or moved to the U.S. tell me that locals speak so loud compared to other countries.
Yeah, they talk loud.
Whether it's talking on your cell phone or chatting with a friend over lunch, Americans seem to really like projecting their voice. I don't know. Maybe we just want to make sure we're heard. Number 3. It's all about choices. Walk into any grocery store aisle and you'll notice at least 10 different options for cookies, crackers, or cereal. People in the UK don't have these many options for food, and you'll almost never find anything in grape flavor there. Number 2. Hopping into the back seat of a cab. When getting into a cab, it's customary in the States to scoot on into the back seat. But in countries like New Zealand and Australia, riding anywhere but shotgun can be a little rude.
Oh, that's interesting.
Number 1. That classic American smile. In the U.S., people aren't afraid to be nice and show their pearly whites all the time. And according to a 2015 study at Brown University, because America has always been a very diverse country, it forced people to smile at each other more since they couldn't always communicate with language. That's just one more historical theory as to why Americans tend to smile more than people in other places do. Or maybe we're just, friendlier.
Yeah.
Whether you're from the U.S. or not, can you add any more strange Americanisms to the list? Let me know down in the comments. If you learned something new today, then give this video a like, share it with a friend, and here are some more cool videos to check out from the bright side of life.
The Americanisms.
The Americanisms. But you know what? A lot of people that don't speak English use that method.
That's true.
There would be people, kind of looking at you and they're like, and you're like, you don't know what I'm saying, do you?
Yeah, that's how we know that you don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
but we don't know that. I didn't think about it that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think that they were like, that they thought we were weird for smiling all the time. I don't know.
Yeah,
there's so many things.
The big one in this, I think, and I like it, and I don't like it. Americans are always on the go, so we need convenience.
Yeah,
we have to get to go coffee
convenient.
Because we have to be to work at a certain time. We have to be, we don't have time to be late.
See, but that vacation thing with work, I remember reading about that. I was reading about how other countries, their jobs encourage them to take more time off, and it's paid time off. And I actually saw that in one country, and now I can't even remember what it is, but one country, employers were actually paying their workers. So instead of just giving them paid time off, they would actually give them like $2,000 to travel and take a vacation. Yeah.
I wish America would do something like that. And I you know what? I don't understand certain things in America, like the 5-day work week.
I was just gonna say that,
work 5 days off too. They probably should have mentioned that because I know a lot of places don't even do that.
Monday through Thursday is so much better, so you can have Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, and Sunday. Friday to recover, then Saturday Sunday
to do stuff. Yeah, because I always felt like that. I'm like, man, you go to work on Friday, so you come home and you don't really do anything because you still went to work.
Because you're still tired from work, yeah.
Right, but then Saturday is like your only day to clean up, go out, do anything.
But you can't recover on Saturday the way you would on Friday.
Right. So someone please make that in the U.S., please.
Also, U.S. daylight savings time.
Oh yeah, they didn't mention
We're not in the 1900s anymore. We're not.
No, we don't need to save the daylight.
In 1800s, we don't need that.
Well, I'm sorry. Saving daylight is fine. We don't need to end it because we're in the end.
Yeah, we're in the end period. Yeah, they only did that because of people that work outside, so they could get their day started earlier.
Right.
So when they wake up, it's still dark outside, or it's about to be daylight when they wake up. So it's always.
And plus, before electricity.
Yeah.
You needed daylight.
We don't need to do that.
No, we need to let it go.
So there's a lot of things in here, and also.
Yeah, we're weird over here.
The free refills thing, I didn't even think about that.
Me
honestly.
either.
Because we don't get free refills because the only thing we really drink most of the time out is water.
I was going to say, we don't get a lot of drinks that would get refills. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it didn't have free refills, because I remember like a long time ago, like if you would order orange juice or something like that at like a diner, they're not going to refill the orange juice. So I'm like, we're not getting that because they're not going to refill it.
They're going to refill it and you're going to drink it because there's a time to wait.
Yeah. And the tips.
Oh yeah,
that's a big one. Americans tip for everything. Like you said, you tip your barber, you tip the Lyft and Uber driver, you tip your server.
You tip everybody.
You tip anybody who does a specialty service, your dog groomers.
You don't tip, you're looked at as rude. You're rude for not tipping.
It's like
not only am I paying for the service, I'm tipping, but I think that kind of started from the restaurant side because they pay those workers, those original workers, slaves. Those original workers, they got such a low amount of pay, that the tipping was for the expert service.
And this still carried on today because servers get like $2 and something at $2.50 an hour and rely on tips. But I'm like,
have to rely on the tip.
Can we stop being greedy, restaurants, and pay these people a workable wage instead of like relying on us to pay their bills? Because that's really what it is.
And a lot of people will probably leave their opinions in the comments about this part, but it's like this is checks and balances because a lot of servers. I used to know this girl who was a bartender who made like $2. But she would come back home with like $250 in one night.
Yeah,
that's how much I would make. I wouldn't make that much in one night at work, working 5 hours.
Yeah,
at my part-time job, I wouldn't make that much.
No.
So it's like it's kind of a give and take.
It is
a give and take because if they got a livable wage, then they wouldn't get as many tips.
But they wouldn't need it either. That's the other thing. Yeah. I think we just normalized tipping people, like tipping servers, for example, at a restaurant, because we normalized it. We're like, well, what are they supposed to do? And I'm like, the answer isn't we need to tip more. The answer is they need to get paid more.
They need to get paid more,
They're the only people. You work at a fast food restaurant, you get paid more than a server. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
I don't know. There's a lot of things to talk about here. Let us know more Americanisms you think.
Yes.
I know that there's people from all over the country that watch, so hello to you. Thanks for watching.
Yes.
And let us know if you see something.
US.
Let us know if you see something or something you think of that it's like, Americans do that? You guys do that? Apparently we spend a lot on dental care too.
Yeah. Oh, and the red cup thing. That was so strange for American themed parties.
Yeah, big game.
Dental care is very important.
Dental care is important. Oh yeah, the red Solo cup thing.
Yeah, like they had to like order for American themed parties.
I don't even drink out of red Solo cups, so I don't even know where that.
Well, honestly, the red cups cost more. So me being me, I'm like, we're not getting the red cups because the red cups there's cheaper cups available. You don't really need to pay for the red ones.
You know how you defeat that? You just drink it right out of the bottle.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna just drink right on to the next. Or the end of this video.
Right out the jug, baby. No, I was
out the jug.
All right, guys. Next time, we will catch you right here with Justin and Staci.
Yeah.
Don't forget to stay tuned for that, okay?
Peace. Okay.